All right, guys. So Candace Owens has created what's basically like a political soap opera on her YouTube channel. That's what she's been doing. And, she was close with Charlie Kirk for a while. And, obviously Charlie got killed. And she was talking about that a lot. And it sort of appeared like she's the only one who actually gave a shit about Charlie, right? Like Erika Kirk was posting these weird videos of Charlie in his casket and she's crying over him. It was very performative. It was very theatrical. Everybody kind of saw through it. She's been doing this horrible tour where like making everybody hate her and she like yells at the country and shit. It's very weird. But like, Candace Owens was like sharing stuff with Charlie that seemed like it was actually sort of genuine and they actually liked each other. And it's like videos of them like singing to a song together in a car. And she shared some text messages, which is questionable ethically, but you get the point. People got the sense like, oh, Candace was the only one who actually cared about Charlie. That was the optics of it, right? So she's been on top of this case in Utah where, they say, oh, Tyler Robinson killed Charlie. He's the lone gunman and all that stuff. But look, people have been analyzing this since day one. And I'll tell you one thing for sure, from my perspective, I don't trust fucking Kash Patel. I don't trust Dan Bongino. I think these guys are a bunch of idiots. I don't think they know their ass from their elbow. I don't think they have any clue what the fuck they're doing. And so I do not trust the official narrative. I don't. I really don't. Now, having said that, I also don't believe Candace when she has this maximalist conspiratorial narrative saying that people at TPUSA were in on it. She was saying, like, oh, Charlie talked to me in a dream, and so that's how I know X, Y, and Z happened. She made some basic mistakes about, like, not understanding time zones and saying there were Egyptian planes involved when there weren't, right? So there's all this stuff. Like, she has this maximalist conspiracy version, which is just not true. But also, the official narrative is not true. But also, what she's doing is helpful to the left because the right was out for blood, and they were going to, like, crack down on the entire left over the murder of Charlie Kirk. But Candace took a lot of air out of that tire because she was leading the charge on the right and getting a lot of right-wingers to believe, like, this really has nothing to do with the left. There's, like, a conspiracy going on here. There's a cover-up going on here, and I'm trying to get to the bottom of it, right? And there's a chat, oh, maybe Israel was behind it. Maybe this other thing happened or whatever. But this is where the energy was going, right? And so a lot of other right-wingers were furious about this because you're like, well, hold on. We had a golden opportunity to use this to, like, crack down on the left and end them once and for all. And Candace is coming in here and, sucking all the oxygen out of the room and diverting all that energy to conspiracy-type stuff. So here's what happened, though. The other day, Candace agreed, I'll meet with Erika Kirk on December 15th. We're going to have a private meeting, and we're going to try to get to the bottom of this thing. And all of Candace's people were like, oh, fucking hell yeah, yummy in my tummy. This is going to be crazy. She's going to have some more dirt. She's going to come out on her show and spill all the tea. She's going to add to the conspiracy. She kept raising the stakes, raising the stakes. And it got juicier and juicier. Again, like a soap opera type shit. And, well, guess what? After this meeting, Candace de-escalated. But her audience was not fucking happy with that. They're basically like, well, how much did they pay you? Like, obviously, they bought your integrity. How much did you get? Right? Because it turns out when Candace attracted this audience of, like, schizophrenics online, turns out the schizos want to see more schizo shit. Turns out they love the soap opera. They love the drama. They love the crazy theories. They love the Candace versus the world, narrative. And so when Candace goes, oh, maybe it's all misunderstanding, they're like, how dare you? So here we go. I got a bunch of them. Her own comment section massively turned on her over this. Ready? Let's watch some of this stuff. So this is how she opened the show. Here we go.
Okay, everybody. Shabbat shalom. Just want to say Shabbat shalom to everybody back at home. Happy Hanukkah to our greatest friends and allies. And, this is a good time to mention that Israel does have a right to defend itself. Tucker Carlson is Adolf Hitler. And TikTok does need to be purchased by the Mossad. It's just how I'm feeling today. I am not different. Maybe you are different. Welcome back to Candace. You guys are absolutely crazy. The amount of people who attacked me for sending out a tweet being like, hey, I'm good, I'm alive. We had a very productive conversation. And they were like, she got the call. She got the call. She's betrayed us. She's doing something else. I can't believe it. This has all just been a show. Calm down.
So here, but by the way, take note of this. She's admitting here, a lot of you were saying I got the call. A lot of you were saying I sold out. She's admitting that when she said it was a productive conversation with Erika, this were the replies on her Twitter or wherever she posted that, right? She's admitting that now. Wait for it. It's going to get interesting.
Okay. What do you think happened? Well, Erika said, stop. And then I was frozen for 4 hours and 30 minutes, just like, as I just put all of these talking points into my head. That is not what happened. I keep telling you guys, I am not governable. I am basically akin to Kanye West. I never felt more seen.
Somebody comparing themselves to Kanye West in 2025 and meaning it in a positive way. Could you imagine that? Oh my goodness.
Than when he tweeted a lot of years ago. Just fired my manager because I realized I can't be managed. That is me. That tweet right there, I was like, oh gosh, yes, Kanye, that I get this. Okay. Nobody is changing their mind anything. How ridiculous would it have been if I'm doing all of this, investigating, asking all of these questions, and then Erika Kirk offers to answer some of these questions, and I'm like, no, I'm not going to go. I can't betray the people. I don't want any answers to the questions. I just want to ask them. No, this is the entire reason we are doing this. We've been looking at a situation going, why can't Turning Point USA just answer basic questions?
But okay, hold on. If you are insinuating they're in on it, then for you to go and talk to them, like, you know, your people are going to look at it as like, why would you talk to the people who are the chief villains in the story, right? Like the audience of schizos you've attracted, that's what they're going to think. They're going to be like, wait, these are the chief villains. Why would you go talk to the chief villains? They're just going to spin and lie and make shit up and divert and all this stuff. This is what they're going to think because you primed them to think this.
We've been looking at the situation going, why can't Turning Point USA just answer basic questions? And I can tell you guys that yesterday for 4 hours and 30 minutes, there were no rules. They said you can ask us any question that you want, anything that's on your mind, which I appreciated. And some of you guys are thinking, who is they? Who is they? It's the Jews, obviously. Just kidding. It's Justin Strife. Justin Strife was in the room.
So the conspiracies of the right are now eating the right. The like conspiracy-minded approach to stuff is eating the right. All right, here we go. More.
They were sort of most upset with what obviously a bit of a fever pitch. But
I don't know why there's this music in the background. Somebody edited it with this music, but
tweeted that it was a godforsaken company and people should not give money to it. And I have to own that. That's aggressive. That is actually aggressive in the retrospect.
See if you read the comments. Sold out. It's over. Backpedaling. Does Erika believe it was a miracle? Bots in the chat. Whack. Candace, you are talking around the issues. The convo with Erika, you were had. What the F is happening? Sell out. Candace is wearing white because she surrendered. Knew it. She's now pro-Israel. Is anyone else's screen black?
I was very frustrated. And I don't know, I felt like we weren't getting any answers and there were so many lies. And then I was getting attacked for asking all meaningful questions that was within the...
What do they have on you, Candace? We talk about Erika's offsetting mood, blah, blah, blah. I feel sick to my stomach. Please, someone in the team, tell Candace we notice she is off. Oh, my God.
Their capacity to answer. I told you, I definitely, my problem in life is that I can rise to anger very quickly. I shared with them that
Charlie Kirk is alive and well. You are being played. The evidence presented does not point to Tyler Robinson. Why wouldn't they say what the actual proof is? What is happening? What is happening, Candace? Oh, my goodness.
Really felt like I was under attack for telling the truth from the very beginning, like casually when I mentioned the Catholicism thing. Like, what was that about? I was like,
Candace Owens has bent the knee to Erika Kirk, and her chat is now in full revolt. I see Candace Owens' live stream is going well, and it's a whole bunch of comments against her.
I say something in a tribute to him. Alex Clark and Andrew Colvett then jump onto a podcast, and they're doing that.
This is the audience they cultivated. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the audience you cultivated. What about the planes in Egypt? It just keeps going on. Sell out or she's scared. All right, I'm still not done. Here we go. We got some more.
Mr. Bruce Lee writes, people in the chat, many other channels are not hearing what they want to hear, so it's automatically, well, Candace got paid. The chats are so botted. It's better to actually look at comments after the episode to see what people think.
Oh, man, that is such cope. She admitted at the beginning when she said the interview or the discussion with Erika went well that her own replies were like, oh, you sold out and this stuff. She acknowledged that at the beginning, but now it's happening in her live chat on YouTube, and she's like, oh, it's just bots. It's just bots. No, you are coping. You are This is the audience you've built. You made your bed. Now you're going to sleep in it. This is the audience you've built.
And we've had some people talk about how there are so many bots in the chat. And so focus on obviously the words that I am saying. And obviously you can tell that I have not been paid because I wouldn't be talking about Israel. And I think there's something to explore there. We'll get into that tomorrow.
Oh, man, she is feeling it. You could tell in the tone of her voice. She is feeling it. She feels like, oh, no. Oh, no. All right, we got more.
Just to say this, very happy that we are on much better feet.
People may call this dumb, but Candace looking to the right too much. Mikey phone call doesn't add up with her timeline. And what the fuck are you putting the plane debunking on website and not YouTube? Fuentes, if you see this, please expose who this actor is and who funds her. You have green light. Wow, this breaks my heart. This is just word salad. She is rambling. Sad to say, but you are not passing the vibe check. The market is always right, and the chat is overwhelmingly saying you are not the same. Oh my God. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. When you have Candace's own people saying, all right, Nick, go ahead. All systems go. Expose Candace. We feel like she's compromised. Oh boy. The vibes have shifted. She was riding so high. She was had like 250,000 live viewers for this. She's going to get like 3 million views or more on YouTube for this. And now, again, she cultivated this exact audience. like hyper conspiracy minded far right type people. And like, if you're not feeding that conspiracy, the thirst, the hunger, the addiction for conspiracy, they'll fucking discard your ass too, Candace.
And that we have opened the lines of communication. I do genuinely think that Justin Strife did a great job reffing that conversation.
You let us down. Our only hope, purchased, lost us. We provide biohazard cleanup services in Texas if you need us ever. What? Candace, if you back down, I am never supporting you again. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. As if they can't make up call logs, Candace. Seriously, after all they've lied about already, just believe them. This is pathetic.
Yesterday, and I also do want to shout out Megyn Kelly, because this was what we were trying to make this happen in the background, really since Blake Neff fumbled the first invite.
Fake and gay, and you believe a call log they probably made up. Anyway, this goes on. Here she's saying, oh, Megyn Kelly behind the scenes set it up, because Megyn Kelly is friends with the TPUSA people and friends with Candace. And so she used her Switzerland neutrality to set up the meeting. And here's Candace is going, well, thank you, Megyn Kelly, for setting it up.
That's in large part because of you guys at home that were like, what the F was that? And I think that they got enough flack that they were like, okay, we got to fix this. But I want to commend him for making that happen, for being the person that, kind of rolled up his sleeves and was like, okay, let's actually make a conversation happen and start answering some questions, which I think was done well. And Megyn Kelly, who was initially going to, when we were going to live stream the conversation before the Barry Weiss moment, Megyn Kelly offered to ref that conversation. I felt like she would have done a very good job. I do think that she has kept it very even. She's not been hysterical and it's demonic, it's evil, how dare Candace? And I appreciated that. She has said, I don't agree with Candace, but I also don't think that she's doing this because she's been possessed by a demon. I think she actually believes these things, and I do. And I have a right to believe those things. And I don't feel any differently about the people that I mentioned on the show that I think are shady at Turning Point USA. And with time, we'll see whether or not I was right. I think that's really what it comes down to. But all around, definitely a productive conversation. Mr. Bruce Lee writes, people in the chat, many other channels are not hearing what they want to hear, so it's automatically, well, Candace got paid. The chats are so botted. It's better to actually look at comments after the episode to see what people think. And we've had so many people talk about how there are so many bots in the chat, and so focus on obviously the words that I am saying, and obviously you can tell that I have not been paid because I wouldn't be talking about Israel, and I think there's something to explore there.
So here's the question, y'all. And I'm curious what you guys think about this. What's going to happen from here, right? Because now the market has spoken, and her own audience, a bunch of conspiracy-loving, schizo far-right wingers, they're like, you got to feed the beast. You got to hit us. We need our fix. We need our fix of hyper-drama conspiracy theory stuff. We need the you versus the world thing you were doing before. So is she going to basically like come back out and start hammering away again, right? Knowing that this is where your bread is buttered now, Candace. This is what got you that massive audience. Now you're going to turn your back on that audience and start telling them not what they want to hear. Is she going to do that? Or is she going to bite the bullet and take the L and basically make it so that I'm going to ease up a little bit. I'm going to ease up a little bit on Erika Kirk. I'm going to ease up a little bit on TPUSA. I'm going to ease up a little bit on the Charlie story, and just whatever happens, happens. If I lose some of my audience, it's fine. It is what it is. It'll be very interesting to see. It'll be very interesting to see because it'll speak a lot to who she is, right? Like if she decides to give the audience what they want, then that's a classic case of audience capture, because clearly now she feels satiated by the conversation with Erika. We're like, okay, some of the stuff I was saying was maybe a little over the top, was a little overboard. In fact, she literally admits that in this podcast. Like, yeah, maybe I went a little too far when I said stop supporting TPUSA and stuff like that. So will she do audience capture or will she, basically go along and have her friendships behind the scenes matter more? The friendship with Megyn Kelly, the alliance now with Erika Kirk and the other people in conservative media. It'll be very, very interesting to see. But I will say this, somebody's going to fill that market niche. Somebody's going to step up and fill that market niche. There's other people around Candace. You got that Ian Carroll guy who's, he can step into the fray here and fucking start scratching that itch for the far-right conspiracy-minded schizos. He could do it. There's others too, the others I'm probably not even aware of, who fill a similar kind of role. They're going to call Candace a sellout, and they're going to get right back to it themselves. And so, but again, this is the monster that they've created. You made your bed, and now you're going to sleep in it. And Fuentes said he's going to do a big expose on Candace Owens as well. So the right is in all out. They're in full meltdown mode. They are in full meltdown mode. The right-wing civil war has become so factionalized. It's like, there are no clear sides even anymore. Just everybody hates everybody. Everybody's throwing haymakers at everybody else. It is messy. It is dirty. It is unclear who's going to prevail and how and why they will prevail. And like, what their core of their politics is. And this is what happens when you build a movement based on Trumpism, based on MAGA, based on hero worship of a fucking fat war criminal pedophile. This is what happens, right? And so he's at 35%. All the little pundits are falling apart. The one who was really rising through the ranks was Candace Owens. She was getting most of the attention in the attention economy, but now she sort of is blowing it. Is she going to U-turn out that bitch and go right back to what she was doing before? I don't know. We'll see. But as I've told you guys from the beginning, I think they're all wrong, right? Like everybody in this conversation is wrong. Every single one is wrong, right? Like all the people who believe Kash Patel and Dan Bongino, total fucking idiots. They're like, oh, the official story is actually right about everything. Like, please, how fucking childish are you, right? But at the same time, all the conspiracy people are stupid and wrong because they take it to extremes. They go to like things that make absolutely no sense whatsoever. You know, there's a trap door and Charlie Kirk is alive and he escaped and stuff. That's like, what? What are you talking about? So, it's Dumb and Dumber. It's evil and eviler. That's what we're looking at here. But this is catastrophic for Candace, and I think she knows that. And so her reaction from here will be fascinating. But love to see the right implode in on itself, and we're going to see a lot more of it as time goes by. Believe me.
Hey y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop, and watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.